So we have to take time. I do it at least once a year minimum to pull back, seek the Lord in prayer, and say, God, what have you called me to do? I remember a time in 2018, I was in Inner Mongolia on a trip. At that time, I had been traveling for about 4 or 5 years nonstop. Every 3 months, I was going somewhere, whether it was overseas, whether it was internationally. I was traveling overseas about 2 to 4 times, working for another ministry, serving at my church. I was actually pursuing my doctorate degree at that time too. And so I had things in my life to do as well. And I remember I was on the mission field in 2018. We were seeing God move in amazing ways. The power of God was manifesting. We were in Inner Mongolia. And I remember the Lord said to me to go home, to stop traveling and get my life in order. Because when you're always on the go, you don't always have everything in order that you need to have in order. You can have your ministry in order, but your whole life can be in disarray. And people don't see it. But to be who God's called us to be, we need balance in our lives. We need the maturity and the understanding that we have to have balance. We have to be excellent in spirit and in heart in what we're doing. And so the Lord told me I needed to go home. I needed to rest. I needed to get my life in order. And so I went home. And I remember that was in September 2018. I always pray in the new year and ask the Lord what He wants me to do specifically on some things in the new year. And so I remember for 2019, I was praying and I heard the Lord say to me, I was supposed to be writing a book and reading, I think it was. And so He didn't say anything about a certain nation. He didn't say anything about traveling to nations. And so I purposed in my heart for the first 5 or 6 months to be at home, spending time with the Lord and doing what He told me to do. And in that time of seeking the Lord, people were questioning me. They thought I'd missed it. They asked me where I was going to next, why. They couldn't understand why I wasn't traveling. And let me tell you, I had been successful in traveling in South America and in Asia. Everything I was doing was good. God was funding the kingdom. He was funding the ministry, and we were traveling. We were seeing people saved and healed and touched by the power of God.